Good Sunday morning to you. I'm Meteorologist Ryan Hoke with today's edition of the Hokey video blog. So happy you're here to join us on what's been a warm and windy morning. In fact, those wind gusts up to 23 here in the metro area this morning. We will be seeing more wind gusts this afternoon, maybe on the order of 30 miles per hour or so. Certainly be watching that. Doesn't look like we're going to be getting into wind advisory territory, but staying just below that. Hold on to your hats, folks. Let's talk about today's Hokey weather fact. First, we're talking about why some of these shots of Arctic air coming down from the north like to come into Kentuckiana. What happens is, for some of these, you get a stratospheric warming event. And what happens is the atmosphere above the North Pole gets warm, and it pushes that cold air outward, kind of oozes down from there. It breaks the polar vortex, which rotates around the North Pole, into parts. And these parts get sent down into Siberia, into Europe, and sometimes even Canada and the United States. Depending on how they're oriented, they can affect us here in Metro Louisville. Much like we had last winter with bitterly cold temperatures for a few weeks that we did. Some of those, of course, inspired by some of these events. Our SkyTrack network of cameras this morning showing you just a few clouds out there, but actually some fairly good clear skies overhead at the moment. I don't think that's going to be lasting too long, but enjoy it while you can. We're up to 60 degrees now here in Louisville, and we don't have anything on the radar quite yet, but I think as we go throughout the late portion of the afternoon, we'll begin to pick up some showers. You can see that on the infrared satellite view that we do have some of these clear slots right here. In fact, what I can do is turn on the visible satellite view for you here so you can really see where that clear slot is now, pretty much moving into Metro Louisville at this time. Pretty good clear slot out here as well. But I do think as we go throughout the day, the clouds will begin to advance in once again as we get a cold front into the area. In fact, here is that cold front. It's up in the Midwest from Chicago down to Wichita, Kansas, down I-35 there. We do have what's called the warm sector right over us. It's what's inspiring these southerly winds right in front of it, giving us the 60s. You see the warm front here, the cold front there, and there is your warm sector. The cold air lagging back behind the cold front that's over the Midwest at the moment. That's on the list of coming attractions as we go throughout the next 24 hours. Speaking of the cold front, here's how cold it is behind it. 20 degrees in Des Moines at the moment. Contrast that with 56 in St. Louis. That's not that far of a drive, so certainly a big contrast in temperature on either side of the front. Here's how it moves through as we go throughout the day on your Futurecast. By noontime, it's trying to paint a few of these isolated showers in here. I'm not real bullish about these because of what happened yesterday when this model was also putting out a similar scenario, and we really didn't see much in the way of rainfall. So I do think it's being a little overzealous with that here, but by 5 o'clock, I think that's when the real rain will begin to set in to our southern Indiana counties as this cold front moves on in. And you can see that we do have a few of these spots of yellow showing up. I do think there could be a little band of showers here that's just briefly heavy, just in front of this cold front as it's moving through. I'm not expecting any heavy rainfall amounts. I think they'll stay under a half an inch or so. Folks down in our southern Kentucky counties may pick up the most of the area. You can see that there's a little bit of training that moves through here as we go throughout the late night and the early morning into your Monday. The morning commute will be wettest south of Louisville, I think, on your Monday. So if you're down in E-Town trying to get up to Louisville, might want to plan to leave just a few minutes early. There might be some wet roadways out there. Otherwise, temperatures squarely above freezing by Monday morning, so no frozen precipitation issues then. But something we've been watching, Brian has alluded to it, I've alluded to it a little bit, even Kevin has too, is the fact that we may have just a very, very slight chance of some freezing drizzle as we go throughout your Monday night, because the cold air is going to be catching up to some lagging precip on the back end of this. Over the last 24 hours, the model data coming in has been way, way, way less bullish on this, and I think that's going to be the case. It's taking out the precip before those cold air temperatures begin to move in below freezing. So at this point, I really wouldn't worry about it. Just we'll keep an eye on things here as we go throughout the next day or so to see how this develops. But I think the problems will be most pronounced to our south and west, where they could have some icing problems in Arkansas. Heads up if you're traveling that way. Tuesday looks mostly dry. Wednesday could have a few showers, but I think the clouds, those will be the big story as we move into your Wednesday time frame. Here's that cold front on the 850 millibar temperatures. You can see that big blue blob pretty much coming in from Canada here. And that's what we're going to be dealing with as we go throughout your Monday, those falling temperatures. But notice how the cold air of this front kind of gets stalled and then moves back northward again. This isn't going to last long. In fact, I think we'll only be dropping in temperature as we go throughout your Monday from the 40s down to around 30, and then by Tuesday we're back into the mid-40s again, cooler than we have been, but certainly not bone-chilling cold by any stretch of the imagination. Here's what it looks like on Thursday. We get another round of showers in here because of a few waves moving through in the atmosphere, and let's show you that now on the precipitation view. You can definitely see there's the first of them there on your Thursday. Can't rule out a few showers on Wednesday, but Thursday is the best chance. I pegged it at 60%. As we go throughout your Friday, another invigorating wave moves on through. I've got another 60% chance of showers in there as well. Those temperatures should be in the mid-50s as we round out the work week. So as we go into the first part of December here, looking fairly warm out there. We've got some chances of rain, plenty of them, in the forecast. How long is the warmth going to last, you ask? And it looks like at this point until about mid-December. Then we're seeing some signals that we certainly could see a cool down as we head into the Christmas time frame. We'll be keeping tabs on that. It's still too early to tell exactly what Christmas may hold, but if I were a betting man, cooler temperatures than what we're seeing out there now, what we could see this week, there certainly could be on the docket as we head toward the end of the holiday season. For now, I'm meteorologist Ryan Hoke. Join us back here tonight for Snow Talk. Brian Good will be in with Wave 3 News at 6 and 11, and of course here on the blog as well. I'm meteorologist Ryan Hoke. Thanks for watching.